Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's video 44 coming at you with another video. All right, so um, I'm watching my AMC position. It's something that I'm very passionate about. As you guys know, I've made some serious mistakes in how I've managed my personal life in trying to manage my shares and keep my shares and hold my shares. But the good thing about my circumstances, I was able to get in very early. In fact, I was an original AMC Ape. I had my shares purchased on January 27th, so that means on January 28th, I was right there, up, wide awake, looking at my phone as the restriction bar popped up and essentially told all of us that we had no right to add to our positions. At that moment, I realized what was about to happen to me, basically to all of us, whoever owned that position. We were about to watch our stock plummet to the ground, like literally plummet, and we couldn't do nothing about it but sell if we wanted to give up on our positions, because there was no way we could provide any buying pressure, obviously, with the restrictions. So if there's no buying pressure, the stock's going to plummet. So you know what's about to happen, and you sit there and you watch it, and you watch all of your money, all of the money that you've poured into this thing that you've watched invest, that has ballooned the previous day because of the money that was coming into it. You watch all of that disappear, all your gains, and then some of your investment, and eventually a lot of your investment. And you know what's happening to you at this point. You know this is not natural. You know it's illegal. At that point, you begin to get angry, but you realize there's no hope. You could either stop the bleeding by selling your position or watch it tumble to the ground. But see, I knew that this became a legal situation because what they had done was force the price to wherever it was tumbled to because we couldn't purchase anything. You restricted the opportunity for us to save ourselves with our own money. And I knew for a fact that selling shares in that moment meant that I was relinquishing my leverage as it pertained to being wronged in the situation. So that was my point of view. I'm like, yo, if there's a lawsuit, I'm gonna make sure I own these. So that was my mentality personally. But as I started to learn about what was going on, started to watch the community grow, started to watch people be as passionate about it as I was, and then to find out more so about what was actually going on behind the scenes with uh, Roaring Kitty, and find out about the movement and get on Reddit and start my journey in becoming what it is that I've become in regards to being an ape. So now, as I see the stock itself go below uh, the moving average that it has been on pretty much all summer, you know, as we've tumbled up and down, we've stayed within this particular range. So it's been all good until this very day, yesterday, basically, when it tumbled. And we noticed a lot going on with the COVID variant that's popped up in California that caused a lot. The whole market's bleeding, so that was why. But we also understand that people have been in this for as long as I have, and they've grown wary. I went through my process of growing wary all year long, and I documented a lot of it through this channel. My mental health has taken a tumble tremendously in regards to how I perceived the circumstances I was in with AMC, waiting for it to, balloon, making different sacrifices with my finances to make sure that my position was as strong as it was, and continuing to obsessively pour into it improperly on my end. But I felt like it was worth it because of the opportunities that were there financially that I could do for myself and for my family. And we're still waiting, and consequences have come for me financially to where those sacrifices now had to be negated. I had to come back around and pay some of that stuff. Things happened, and I had to sell shares, paper hand my shares in some cases, but not all. But the point was, I mismanaged it. But my choices in mismanaging it, a lot of it had to do with my mental health and the strain of waiting for something to happen that never came. The strain of knowing what was happening to me was illegal and that no one was there to stop it from happening. Listening to the SEC tell me essentially that it was my fault, that I was being wronged by people who were clearly in the business of wronging people. And so, as I sit here watching the community kind of go through this process of people trying to pick each other up and seeing the negativity from the shills and the comment sections of the various different platforms that I frequent as an ape, knowing that a lot of these people don't mean us any good in regards to what it is that they're telling us about what we should do with our money. Half of the time they're insulting us anyway, as they convey their point with different slurs and different insults to pile on. All of that is FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And while I understand why someone would, like under my circumstance, needing to get my car out, sell their shares to get certain things taken care of in their lives, maybe they just need the money. I understand that. But if you've gotten in this situation and you went through January 28th like I did, this is just more of the same. There's nothing they can throw at us that was more egregious than what we went through on that day. They can't do anything more than that. They sat there in front of us and politely told us that we were going to be robbed. Kindly, without a gun, but like, we're robbing you. Sit tight, it'll be all over soon. That's essentially what I saw when I looked at that bar at the bottom of my screen telling me I had the right to sell my position but not buy. See, I believe in what I was owning, so I want to buy. If I had any extra money, these are shares that I can afford. Let's get them. I'm not looking at my overall pot as it pertains to the shares that I own, because I'm not touching that money anyway. It can do whatever it's going to do. I want to add shares, and more affordable shares is ideal for me to add to my position. So if I can't add to that, I've been wronged. And that's how I viewed it that day. So if that's what drove me to be a part of this, I'm not going to let the price itself or my pot decreasing by whatever percentage determine my willingness to stay in my position. It's not going to sway me that way. I've already made up my mind what I'm going to do, regardless of what is being talked about or what is being said or the insults I may read in the comment section or what have you. I like the stock. You see what I'm saying here? And so I got up here to say I just wanted to give an encouragement to anybody who's in the same position I'm in as an ape, whether it be GME or AMC. I own both. I have one GME. I wanted to be able to say that, By the time I looked at GME, it was already up in the sky. So it was like, for me, I just wanted to get one share and then continue to build my position in AMC. But I understand it. Me personally, I look at that as the same movement. It's no different. Because it's the two stocks are being shorted by the same people. So, and there's several others as well. They're just not necessarily shining a light on. But I think when all of this happens, when all of this occurs, the big event that is alleged to be possible with everyone buying shares, I think what's going to happen is maybe 12 or 13 stocks are also going to skyrocket. That's my belief in regards to what's going to take place. So, because I believe this so strongly, I wanted to get up here and share that with y'all. I'm not a financial advisor, of course, and I haven't said once that I want you guys to do anything I'm doing. But chances are, you may be wondering what's going on with this AMC thing. You may be wondering why people are so adamant about putting their money in something that could ultimately go to the ground. And I want people to understand that. I do understand that, and I think that everybody needs to understand that. I perceive what I'm fighting is corruption in the stock market. That's what I think I'm doing here. And so there's a chance I lose every coin. And I think that that's what is important for people to say when you're in the inside of the situation you are in, and you want people to believe in what you believe in. It's important they know that you're there to not only make money but to also lose it. That's what I've learned over the last 11 months being in this position and going through the struggles and viewing it the way that I did and having it, just kind of almost betray me, so to speak. I think what I've learned is that I'm not just here to make money. I'm here to risk everything for the betterment of an opportunity for things to be fair. if I worded that correctly, for an opportunity to see things be fair in the stock market. Because on a day where I thought I was going to make a lot of money, I watched just about all of my money disappear. And I had no control over that at all. And I knew that that was happening to probably millions of other people around this world as well, who own the same thing I own, who felt as passionately about what it is they were doing when purchasing it as maybe all of the other apes who were following Roy and Kitty in this process. I think at the end of the day, it's a lot of people out there saying different things. I'm not certain if it's possible to know who all has what's best interest at heart, whose best interest at heart. It's impossible within the community to really know. But what I can say is, in watching a lot of the YouTubers and people who talk about this, the message is always the same. Remember why you got into this and understand what you have at stake. Remember the purpose of what it is you're doing. And to not necessarily mislead people. That's what I've learned. Is the message is not to come in here and say you're going to get wealthy because you've bought these shares. What you're going to do is put yourself in a position to assure that when you put your money anywhere else, you won't have an entity out there deliberately trying to attack those shares, attack those stocks by driving the price downward just because you put your money in it. Because that's what we figured out is taking place in the stock market in a roundabout way. And so, however that goes, it needs to stop. And we believe that this is how we're going to do it. That's what the ape community is about. And maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. You know what I mean? Maybe it does what it's supposed to do, maybe it does not. But what we've done is shined a light on the possibility of corruption in the stock market. And I think the more we shine a light on that, the more success we're that is possible for us to have monetarily. I think the stock itself, even if there's no moon to receive, could rise up just off the strength of support from a community. No different than you see with Shiba Inu and various different coins that are community based. I believe AMC is destined to do the same thing. And the more people believe in what it is that can happen here, I think the more people are going to pour their money into it and park their money into it and have that ape mentality that I have about it, to where I'm looking to make money to do various things. And one of them is to provide myself the biggest position in AMC and GME as humanly possible. That's one of my goals, along with real estate and various other things I would like to get into, including investing in myself. But that's a category. And so I think more people are going to think about it that way. This is not a short-term play. This is a war against corruption. This is a modern-day opportunity to do something special with your generation and put your money where your mouth is. It pertains to assuring that the next generation and generations going forward will have a fair market, a fair opportunity at wealth, and not manipulation by people who've been rigging the game for a very long time and hoarding money and kind of controlling where it goes and where it does not. I think this is our way to stop this, or at least start the process of knocking that process down. So that's what I'm on. That's what I'm dedicating a great deal of my life to. It's the right thing for me to do. And for those who want to know what it's about, it's that, if you're looking to just get in something and get rich and you don't want your risk to be, that drastic, I don't believe you should be following me, because this is what I'm doing. You understand what I'm saying? I do not. I'm making a decision, and it may work out, it may not. It took a long time for me to come to be able to say that in this camera, because I was always of the mindset this is definitely happening, and I was putting a lot of different things on that in regards to allowing my life to go by the wayside. But now it's like, I expect this is going to happen, but maybe I live to see it, maybe I don't know. Because we're fighting against individuals who have literally rigged the game. So lasts long term. It's like a 401k basically. So that's what it is, man. I'm an ape for real. They birthed me on the 27th or the 28th of January. And I just want to encourage everybody to understand, as it continues to drop or skyrocket or hover in any various space for any long period of time, this is the mentality of the ape. Where you don't care what price it's at because we think it's going to wherever the heck the moon is, whatever that price is, which is in our minds unfathomable and most importantly deserving. Yeah, we feel we are owed that amount. So whatever price this is, it doesn't matter. Now, I know there's a rumor or a thesis. Somebody came up with their idea about what it is that needs to happen in order for the apes to win. They've said that they think that buying is the wrong way to go. I'm open-minded. They've rigged the game. You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't they rig it in such a way to that when we buy, it hurts our process? Of course, they rigged the game. I'm not saying that it's true, but I'm saying it's possible. Synthetic shares is possible. All of this is possible. I think at the end of the day, whatever is going on, the key to it stopping is in us. Doing this. This is how we do it. It's the only way, as far as I can tell. So, that's the fight I'm in, man. That's what it is. That's what AMC and GME is about. It's not just, oh, we're getting on the squeeze. Oh, we're idiots. We don't know no better. We just meme. No, it's not a meme coin. No, we're on the other side of a very, very serious fight. That's what this is, man. We're trying to see to it that whatever they're trying to fund by rigging the game and making sure they pile up their money, whatever it is they're funding, that needs to be uncovered. That's the bigger picture. They're rigging the game. They're printing money. What are you funding? Where is all that going? That's my curiosity. But anyway, that's what I got, man. I don't know. I got theories about all of this, and it runs deep. But at the end of the day, I'm putting my money where my mouth is, and I'm going to see where it goes. I'm an ape. That's it. BDF 44. Thank y'all for watching. I'm out.